What is going on, everyone? Welcome to your pre-match build-up for Manchester United versus Luton Town. And we have to stay on track for Europe today. That is the main priority. Tottenham have dropped points. Newcastle dropped points. A couple of teams around us have dropped points, apart from Aston Villa, who very nearly did in that Fulham game. So it is mega important that we keep with this consistency and do not slip up on another kind of banana skin, if you will, because this could potentially be a banana skin. People won't think it. People think it's only Luton, but, you know, you talk about the ground being very close-knit. You're going to talk about set pieces. You're going to talk about them getting in your face, being physical, and sometimes United struggles to deal with physical teams. So I don't think it's going to be as easy to just say, yeah, we're going to wipe the floor with him, easy, light work. I don't think it's going to be one of them kind of games. I think it's going to be tricky. I think it's going to be difficult at times, but I think if we show our quality, which we should do, because when you look at the stats comparison, it's, you know, how much money spent, you know, trophies won, just everything in general. Obviously, United are the bigger team, right? But Luton will absolutely be up for this, 100%. It's Manchester United coming to their ground. The story that they've had has been phenomenal. So I ain't going to disrespect Luton in no way. They scored 4 goals against Newcastle. They scored 4 goals against Brighton as well. So, do you know what I mean? I ain't going to disrespect them whatsoever. But the lineups are out and we do have some good news. As you can see, if you're on the YouTube or if you're on the TikTok right now, you can see the lineups either on that side on YouTube or obviously behind me right there. So we've got Andre Onana starting in net. We've got Diego Dalot, Rafael Varane, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw at the back. You then have a midfield of Kobbie Mainoo, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes, which is kind of the routine midfield at the moment. And then you have Højlund up top with Garnacho on the right-hand side and then Marcus Rashford on the left. So no changes whatsoever. The only kind of thing going into this was, will Luke Shaw be fit enough or not? And he's integral to the way that we play. So I'm absolutely buzzing that he's starting at left back. Obviously, we've got Nola Sandro. He'll be out for a while. So when we're talking about ball progression, just people on the ball who have good high-level quality, Luke Shaw is one of them, and he can step into midfield, he can provide the overlap, he can drop into centre-back if needed for rotation. Like, he's a very, very important player in that sense. So I'm happy that Luke Shaw is available, and that back line gives me a bit of comfort, because Diego Dalot's been in fine form as well. The past 3 or 4 games, he's been absolutely on fire defensively as well. We've never kind of questioned his offensive game. Even you saw the cross that he put in for Højlund, Scott McTominay, sorry, last weekend. Fantastic. It's always been his defensive ability, but he's winning tackles, winning his duels, aerial duels, marking his back post a lot better. So, yeah, he's improving game by game. And if you've listened to any United player or any coach, they've always spoken very highly about Dalot in terms of how he applies himself in training. And he's one of the, you know, the first ones in and one of the last ones to leave. And he constantly practices and has a routine with everything that he does. So, yeah. Look, I agree with you there. Ian there saying you should have enough to overcome Luton today. We should. It should be in the key word, though. Like, we've said this many times before. We went and beat Aston Villa in December 3-2. Said it was our best performance of the season. And then we went and lost to Nottingham Forest. So we should definitely beat them 100%. But it's not always a given, is it, in the Premier League? You know what it's like. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if we slipped up today. I don't want to kind of set that negativity into it, you know, straight off the bat. But Luton will make this, you know, I guarantee the pitch is probably dry as fuck. I guarantee there's going to be a lot of corners in this game. We're going to have to, you know, we're going to, I think Maguire's going to come clutch in this game. I really do. Because if you watch Harry Maguire in the last game, aerial duels, you know, 9 out of 9, putting a man in a match performance, physicality, he'll really help in that department. I don't think Varane's bad in the air either. So I think we should be okay. We've been relatively better. Well, we've been much better off set pieces than we have in, let's say, at the start of the season, because we was absolutely shocking on him. But at defending them, we seem to have got a bit better. So yeah, let me know how you're feeling about this game. Score predictions, all that kind of stuff. Do you think we will struggle today, or do you think we'll absolutely batter Luton? I would love to hear it. I mentioned at the start of the video, it is time to start winning these kind of games now. Remember, notoriously under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, every time we had an opportunity to, you know, capitalise on other teams that have dropped points around us, we never ever did it. But then we'd win some difficult games where we weren't even expected to win. So it's always mixed emotions with United. You just never know what you're going to get. But we haven't lost since the start of this year. So we haven't lost this year yet, which is good. And we're, what, mid-February? going into March shortly. So that's really, really good. Consistency is what we needed, and consistency is what you're going to need if you want to fight for Europe and you want to maybe go far in the FA Cup. Then you're gonna have to start going on these kind of runs where you're winning 6-7 games in a row, picking up a couple of draws, because we've got, in the Premier League season, I believe, we've got 13 games left or something. I believe it is 13 games left. You've still got to play City, I think, at the Etihad. You've still got Arsenal to play. I'm pretty sure we've still got Liverpool somewhere in there. Chelsea as well, who were starting to come into a little bit of form, which has taken them a while on it. But it's going to be really, really important. You can't afford to lose a lot of games now. So when you talk about banana skins, this is one where you just go there, get the job done. The double's been done over Luton. I think anyone who remembers the first game, Jesus, I was at that game and it was a snooze fest, mate. It was shocking. Boring as fuck. I'm hoping we don't get another game. I'm hoping there's a bit more of excitement, because we have been scoring quite a lot of goals recently. Well, more so than we have been doing. Højlund's been in flying form. Garnacho's been in really, really good form as well. So them two are carrying us a little bit at the moment. You need Marcus to kind of step up to that level, because that's expected of him. When he's the senior player, he's the one who's supposed to be taking the mantle. I know we did it last season, but you're looking at our attackers at the minute, where the goal's going to come from, Garnacho, Højlund. Simple as that. Rashford just hasn't, is here or there, So, yeah, Rashford needs to step up for me. Bruno Fernandes has been a little bit quiet in the past couple of the games, so I'm hoping he can do, maybe get an assist today, or score a free kick, or just do something, because I think he's been quietly average at the moment. For me personally, anyway, from what I expect of him. So, Tommy Plant 430 is saying predictions. I usually do my predictions towards the end. I'm going to save it. I'll save it. I'll give it 10 minutes and I'll give my predictions, because I really want to deep this. I want to think about it and talk about every angle. Luton, like I said, are going to be absolutely buzzing for this. Ross Barkley has been in decent form for them. He's been kind of pulling the strings. Really, a lot of people were questioning the signing of Ross Barkley. Went to Nice. And those kind of signings, he's actually mentioned something about here. A confirmed admirer of Luton starter Ross Barkley, said Jim Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe said in the Ineos book, Grit, Rigour and Humour, Barkley is built like a tank, and complained about his ridiculous lack of playing time at Nice. So, yeah, obviously didn't work out at Nice for whatever reason, but he's done a fantastic job at Luton. Obviously, one of our own's gone over to Luton as well, Ted and Menge. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the links with Bayer Leverkusen. Apparently, Xavi Alonso wants to sign him from there, so that he must see something in him. We've always thought, especially on this channel as well, I know Sam's spoken about him frequently, that we've always saw the potential there for him. But yeah, apparently Bayer Leverkusen are interested in him, so I think that's fascinating. We should batter them with the team that we have, says Sam. I agree with you. We should do, but anyone who's watched us this season will know it's never ever as easy as that. On the subs bench, we've got Bayern, Evans, Lindelof, Ahmad, Amrabat, Eriksson, Forson, McTominay, and Antony. You can guarantee Scott McTominay is going to come off the bench and do something. If this season's anything to go by, he's most likely going to do that. Thanks for winning those £100 as well last weekend, Scott McTominay. Thank you very much. 20-1. Come on, score. Thank you. I wouldn't advise doing it in this game, but I'm just saying. Eriksson as well, if we need that little bit of extra creativity. Amrabat for a bit of stealing in midfield. Ahmad and Antony as your winging options, even though he's never, ever going to bring on Ahmad at this point. Conspiracy Road again. Antony will probably get 5-10 minutes. But yeah, we're starting to get a starting 11, which is the main point, by the way, for me at least. We're starting to get an 11 that is playing week in, week out. The best teams do it. I know some teams rotate quite a bit, but let's say for Arsenal, for example, 9 times out of 10, Saka, Ødegaard, Saliba, Gabriel, David Raya at the moment, Ben White, these are going to play consistently. Liverpool, Van Dijk, Alisson, Konate, Trent when he's fit, obviously, but it's probably Bradley at the moment. Who's going to play 9 times out of 10. There will be the odd tweak. Nunes will come out, Jota will come in. People come into the midfield, Gravenberch or whatever. That's absolutely fine. That's the whole point of having a squad. But we want a starting 11 where you're talking about patterns where we look like individuals on a pitch. The reason for that is because you haven't played with each other enough. And get that out of your dirty mind. They haven't played with each other enough. They haven't. The back lines, the amount of different partnerships they've had, not just as a centre-back pairing, there's been 10, 11, 12, 13 different partnerships at the back which has led to so much like kind of confusion. And yeah, you can just see it like, especially in the earlier games, and that we're all over the place defensively. But now Dalot, Maguire, Varane, and Shaw, bang, perfect. Keep that, keep it going. Hopefully we can keep them fit. It's just Luke Shaw and Varane, we know, are just terribly consistent with their injuries. Like, they're just out for a long period of time. I think during the whole time we've had Luke Shaw, I'm sure someone released these stats the other day, he's only been available for like 50% of his games or something ridiculous like that. It's like insane. So for Rafael Varane as well, I'm pretty sure if you was to check his injury record, he plays a couple of games, out for 2-3 weeks, plays a couple of games, and you can't you can't build a platform on that. You just can't. So obviously the centre-back area is going to be a target for the summer. I don't mind keeping Varane around as like that kind of extra. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think there's definitely decisions to make in the summer, but let's try and keep them fit. I don't know what the fucking medical staff's been doing of late, but we really, really do need to keep them fit, and hopefully they can stay like that now. Buzzing Luke Shaw's back. Right, let's get into some comments. I think United will win, but Luton won't back down. I would agree with that. Sue7 says, Rasmus won us £250 last week. Happy days. By the way, if you don't subscribe to Real Reds Talk, I'm live on YouTube right now and live on TikTok. So if you don't, likewise, the other way, if you're on YouTube and you don't follow us on TikTok, Real Reds Talk, make sure you drop us a follow over there. And then same with TikTok. If you like football content, things like that, either drop us a follow or check Real Reds Talk out. We're going to be live pre-match, as I am now. I'm going to be live post-match as well, discussing the game. So make sure you get into it. Make sure you get into it. Any tips for a bet builder? I wouldn't advise on betting. I'll tell you what I've put on. I've put Casemiro to get a yellow card, Rasmus Højlund to score, and over 9 corners in the game. And the reason why I've put over 9 corners in the game, and I don't want people coming back to me after this as well saying, you said do this and do that, and I didn't win. I don't, like, it's, do to your own discretion, do your own thing. This is what I put on. The reason why I put over 9 corners is I think Luton, for the majority of teams, have the most corners. And the pitch is much smaller than other stadiums. And also, United, the way we play, we force play out wide quite a lot. So I'm guessing it's going to be over 9 corners in this game. I think Casemiro, anyone, again, who watches Manchester United will know he gets a yellow card nearly every single game. Now, watch, this will be the game where he doesn't, knowing my luck. But him or Bruno Fernandes will definitely get booked. It's just a shoe-in. They always do. They always give away silly fouls, or it's always Bruno moaning. Which is why I said that when that blue card comes out, that is just Bruno Fernandes. Or they should call it a brew card. Bruno Fernandes all over that. Because he loves a whine. He loves a whinge at the referee. And the referee goes, there you go. As usual, yellow Bruno. Piss off. Go back to whatever he was doing. So one of them two will definitely get a yellow card, I would say. Right, let's have a look at Luton's team. See who they've gone with. So Kaminsky in goal. Ogbane, Menge, Osso, Bell, Doughty, Lokonga, Barkley, Chong starting, Morris, Adebayo. So a couple of academy prospects there who are going to be looking to get back at Manchester United. Obviously, Chong's going to want to put up in performance. And you see sometimes these players kind of elevate the way they play, simply down to the fact that they're playing against their old team. They want to, like, kind of be like a peacock and show the feathers and be like, oh, you shouldn't have got rid of me. This is why I'm going to put an assist today. I'm going to work my socks off. I'm going to do this. They just raise the levels naturally. Adebayo, the striker, has been in insane form recently. He's been really, really good for him. So he's a danger man to watch out for. Ross Barkley as well can pull strings. Super underrated. Super underrated. Is Ahmad on the bench? He is on the bench, and that's why he will stay for this game, because Erik ten Hag just does not like using him as a sub. We saw that one little bit against Nottingham Forest, and then it was curtains, basically. So, yeah. Ahmad, I really, really want to see Ahmad, but if we're winning games, I don't want to be that person who's just like, play him, just for the sake of it. If Ten Hag's happy with the team the way we're playing and doesn't feel a change needs making, and we keep winning games, that's all I'm asked about. I'm not going to turn it into some kind of player FC and start whinging. If he's not playing and we're winning, fantastic. That's fine by me. It's just when you see someone on the right, because Garnacho's performing so well, I'm not too arsed about pushing for game time for Ahmad. Leave Garnacho there if he's doing what he's doing. But in the cup games, that is where you'd want to kind of see these. But Ten Hag is stubborn with rotation. If he can, he'll just stick with the same team. This was kind of a criticism a lot of people had about him at Ajax. Like he rarely rotated, but here we are. If we're winning, who gives a fuck? Not me. I know we should be playing Ahmad. I know. Garnacho loses balance too much, but Garnacho's been you can't say Garnacho's had a bad season, man. He's been really good. Opinions on Rashford? Where do you want to start, bro? Where do you want to start on Marcus Rashford? I don't know. I'm a bit. I'm losing patience with Rashford, to be honest with you. I think he gets a lot more credit in the bank due to the fact that he's from Manchester and he came through the academy, which I totally get. You understand? I absolutely adore him on myself, but for me, he's too much of a purple patch player. He's in and out of form. You can't rely on him. Last season, clutch, fantastic. But when he doesn't score, what does he do? Nothing. Don't do anything for me. He's not creative enough. I want to see more of that because I've seen him do it before. He's capable of playing them kind of balls, through balls, combining with certain players, especially with Martial. Like his relationship with Martial is fantastic. With Bruno to a certain extent. But he doesn't do it enough. And if PSG came in the summer and offered a very good amount for him, I would look at it. I would. Because I think Manchester United are going to sell Greenwood anyway to someone in La Liga, Atletico Madrid or Barcelona. So there's pure profit. I think they may get a fee for Scott McTominay, so there's pure profit. And if someone comes in for Marcus Rashford and they want to be cutthroat, they may think about that as well, and that's pure profit. But Rashford's just signed a new contract. He's on 350 grand a week. So the only teams you can kind of come in and afford that are the likes of PSG. And if Kylian Mbappe is going to Real Madrid, they may look at Marcus Rashford and they may say, you know what, we'll take a punt on it. Because in the French league as well, it's a level below. You've seen Cristiano Ronaldo coming out recently saying that the Saudi league's better. He thinks the Saudi league's better quality than the French league. Now he could be saying that for his own ulterior motives or whatever, but like Rashford going to the French league would probably get 20 plus goals a season. In reality, Lacazette went over there and scored 28 goals last season, I think. Any stat guys in the chat, look that up. I'm pretty sure Lacazette got like 20 odd goals. Lacazette, do you know what I mean? Like he was average at Arsenal a few years ago, and he's back. So Rashford going to that league, I have no doubt. That he would kill it there. Absolutely no doubt. If you are on the YouTube, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to Real Reds Talk. The link is in the description on TikTok, and the link is in YouTube as well for the TikTok if you want to drop us a follow on socials. I'm just going to see if there's any pre-match comments because usually, yeah, bang, straight off the bat. Eric Ten Hag, we have to go from game to game, and with every game it's a final for us because we have to catch up. We're still in this position. We have to play better. We've improved recently, so we have to keep this process going. So more of the same from Eric Ten Hag. Bit of a boring kind of political answer, what you expect from him there. But he's right. He's right. These players can very easily come to this ground and think, you know what, this is a championship level team. You know, we'll dust these very easily, and they'll just make it difficult. You know, your passes aren't coming off because the surface isn't as smooth as Old Trafford. It's a bit more cagey. The fans are closer to the pitch. They'll get on your back. They'll make it difficult. They'll do the dark side of the game, you know, tugs on the shirt when the ref ain't watching. Little things like that. Anything they can do to get to their advantage, they will do. They will do. So we need to be wary of that and maybe play them at their own game in that sense. I thought Scott McTominay would start in this game. I think me and Trez in the preview both said we feel like he would have started just because, you know, every time under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, whenever we played Burnley or any kind of, when he was under Sean Dyche or whatever, any kind of physical team, he'd always start McTominay just for the height and physicality. But obviously Ten Hag feels like there's enough in the squad there with your Varans, with your Casemiros, with your Harry Maguires and Højlunds when you defended set pieces. So he's happy with it. And obviously it's a detriment to the team when you bring McTominay on and just plonk him in the midfield. So, yeah, and he's just been speaking about this as well, actually, funnily enough. He said, definitely it's a hard choice to bench Scott McTominay, but I think, as you know, he's very good from the bench. I know what a player will say, and he will not like it every time being brought off the bench. But is that true, though? Because if you're scoring, if you're coming on for 20 minutes and having an effect that he's doing and winning as many points as he is and scoring as many goals as he is, would you be unhappy? I don't think his morale will be... I think his morale will be as high as it's ever been, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously he wants more minutes, but he's been doing bits off the bench. So why not? I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer literally had a career off it and pulled off our greatest moment ever in the history's club from the bench. So I don't get it. I don't see what the beef is with him coming off the bench. So yeah. If we get this win under our belts, let's have a look at the next fixtures, because I don't know who we've got. Man United, next 5 fixtures. Da-da-da-da-da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G, Snoop Dogg. So we've got, da-da-da-da-da. Where are we at here? Oh, wow. So, yeah, we've got Luton, obviously today, half full kickoff in around 35 minutes' time. Then we've got Fulham at home. We've been in bad form. You'd expect us to slap Fulham at Old Trafford. That's a given. Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. I know we got beat not too long ago, about a month ago, or maybe 2 months, off Forest. But again, you'd expect United to win that and advance in a different kind of vein of form at the moment. Then you have the Manchester Derby, which is the interesting one. And that's at the Etihad as well. That's such a huge game for us. That is a place to showcase how far we've come as a team. Because you saw Chelsea go there. Anyone watch the Chelsea game? And the way they set up, they absolutely frustrated them. And they had that quality on the attack. And we can do the same thing, absolutely. But the game plan has to be right. And I'm getting a bit ahead of myself because it's thinking, but that is it, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I feel like that game's really important. But then you've got Everton at home, Sheffield at home, Brentford away, who are poor defensively, Chelsea away, and then Liverpool. So you've got quite a few favourable games in between the big boys like your Liverpools and your Cities. So you need to win these games. If you draw to your Cities and lose to Liverpool, obviously I don't want it to happen, but it's likely given the way our form is this season. So we need to get the wins in these kind of games. We need to beat Luton Town, smash Fulham at home, advance through in the FA Cup, and then you're really giving yourself a chance then for a platform to go and get Champions League football, because it's most likely going to be, depending on how far the English teams go in the competition, we should get it with top 5, I think, the way it's looking at the moment, hopefully. Red Devils TV in the chat, big up to you, mate. I hope you're okay. I called it, bro. No Lindelof. Yeah, I thought Lindelof had started left back just because I just don't trust Shaw with his injuries and stuff. You just never know what's going to be up with him. So I just thought we're going to see Lindelof there. And maybe Luton were kind of half hoping for Lindelof to be there because they would have targeted that area. 100% they would have. Get down the right-hand flank, put crosses in, win your set pieces. Just, yeah, target Lindelof if he's starting. But Shaw's there. He'll boss that left-hand side. I'm pretty sure of it. On Shaw, Ten Hag said that it's not certain on Thursday at the press conference that he could play, but he's fine, good improvement. When he's fit, he has to play because definitely he'll contribute to our levels in the game, and he knows how important he is. We took Shaw off as a precaution against Aston Villa at half-time. We built him up again during the week. There's no easy game in the Premier League. We have to play our best football to get the right result. Absolutely, Eric. Absolutely. So, yeah, buzzing he's back in the team. For anyone just joining, Onana, Dalot, Varane, Maguire and Shaw make up your back line, your back 5. In the midfield, you've got Kobbie Mainoo, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. Then you've got Garnacho, Højlund and Marcus Rashford up top. Højlund to get a goal today to continue that run. I think he could break a record today as well. I'm sure we've seen something along the lines of that. So, yeah. Sorry, there's loads and loads of fucking chats in the YouTube that I've just completely missed. So let me just read these. And then, yeah, let's just pull that up. Right, let's have a look. Charlie Malman says, Ahmad is not rated at all by the manager. Amrabat, good talent, also not favoured by the manager. Not sure why they did not loan Ahmad out in January. I think that's an interesting thought. Aaron Gregory saying 3-0 today. Big up to you, Aaron. Hope you're well. And congratulations. It's Sam says, if they sell Rashford, they truly mean business. I think so. I think if Ineos are going to be cutthroat, like they're talking about, someone like Marcus is someone they would look at. No? Is that just me? I don't know. Sam saying Rashford can get to fuck. Straya saying, I really thought McTominay would start. Almost comic-y speaking about Rashford and not McTominay. He can only work it from the bench. Fulham up next. Yeah, at home, I think. Dino Lewis is saying Dr. Dre's 59 today. There's a little random fact for you. I think it was because I was singing that song before. That is crazy that he's 59 years old. That makes me feel old. That Dr. Dre's 59. Cray. 3-1 today to United. Rasmus, Bruno, Rashford, says Dean. Never knew Dr. Dre and Chivy were the same age. Madness. Yeah, it must have, yeah. Crazy. Both 59. Happy 60th soon, Chivy, if you're watching. Personal reasons. Yes, sir. Yeah, mate, I remember why my older brother blasted NWA and everyone's just gone on about Dr. Dre and NWA now and that, which, yeah. Have your own chat, whatever you want to do. Come on, Luton, get into this. Do we have any Luton fans in the TikTok? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. It's 4 o'clock, so it's getting near kickoff soon, right? I'm going to give my prediction. I'm going to go... I'm going to go... You ready for it? I'll give you a very, very specific prediction, right? I think we win 2-1. I think Adebayo scores for them. I think Rasmus Højlund scores for us. And I think Harry Maguire scores for us. And I think Casemiro gets a yellow card. And I think there's going to be over 9 corners. So take that as you will. But also don't come back and message and be like, you said this was going to happen and I didn't do this. And That's just my thoughts, what I think is going to happen. Sheffield have been battered again, by the way. 5-0 to Brighton. I'm sure I saw a stat before. Sheffield have conceded the most goals of any Premier League team ever after 25 matches. They've been slaughtered this season. So when we play them, if we make it look like we did when we played away and struggled past them, yeah, curtains, mate. We should be absolutely battering them all over. So, yeah. I'm interested to go back, actually, and look at the big season predictions before we started. So, because a lot of people had Luton and a lot of people had a couple of Wolves, I think. A lot of us had Wolves to go down because at the time, obviously... there was a lot of shit ongoing with Lopetegui and the team looked a little bit disjointed, but Gary O'Neill's gone in there and done a fucking unreal job. Like, super underrated job from Gary O'Neill, I think. 5-0 United, says Mason Mount. Is that the real Mason Mount? I'm not sure. Thank you for the follow as well. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. There's loads of us on there having a chat now, so come get involved in the discussion and subscribe to Real Reds Talk. Before we went live, we was on 4,163 subscribers, so if you can help us get to 4,200, that would be absolutely amazing, and that is your good deed of the day done. How long until it's on? 28 minutes until kickoff. Yeah. Yup. It's Jack. It's Jack. Well, it's Jack who? Let's have a look. I don't know who Jack is, mate. But hello, Jack. Support Manchester United kit right now. I'm so confused. These comments are all over the place. 2-0 Rasmus double, says it's Sam, who is a Real Red Ultra member. If you want to become a member, click the link in the description. Can't even speak. Click the link in the description. It's about £2 or £3 a month. Help support the channel. We get amazing guests on. You get exclusive content as and when we can drop it. And yeah, just help support the community. So if you want to jump on that, you're more than welcome to. Jack Leach. I don't know Jack Leach. Sorry. I don't think I do anyway. Vinny Parker says 4-1 Manchester United. A lot of people feeling confident today. I like that. I like it. Nick better give me my money back if this bet builder doesn't come in now. Well, I'm going to be gloating. You know, if it goes the other way. I can't remember what I said now. Højlund goal, Casemiro or Bruno yellow, I'd probably say. What is it? And over 9 corners. That's what I think in the game today. Da-da-da-da-da. I've got Dr. Dre stuck in my head now. It's a D-O double fucking G. Firestick Dan followed the live creator. Thank you very much. Right, let's see what else is on the agenda then. I've spoken about Luton. I've spoken about Manchester United, injuries. Let's have a look. David Ornstein's just tweeted something interesting. Ineos are fond of Erik ten Hag and are looking to build with him for the time being. I like that. I like that. I think that's the right decision so far. A lot of people calling for his head a couple of weeks ago, but... I mean, if any manager had the amount of injuries that he did, they would be struggling. I mean, whenever City's had Rodri out, when Rodri was out for that period of games, they lost 3 out of the 4. That's one player. If Man City lost De Bruyne, Haaland, Rodri, you know, fucking Ruben Diaz, Edison, they lost them for like, you telling me they wouldn't drop points? Do you know, it's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And since he's had his players back, like he said, he's been winning games. So... You have to support the man. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. There was doubts in my head and there was decisions that he was making in game and certain things he was saying where I was just like, what are you smoking, Eric? What the fuck are you smoking? Because you're all over the place, mate. And some of the performances and substitutions I was really, really questioning. So don't get it twisted on that part. I'm not giving him free reign, but I think now is the time to support him. I've just seen Harry Styles is at the... Does he support Luton or something? I don't know. I don't know, man. Harry Styles at the game, apparently. So, take that for whatever you will. Da-da-da-da-da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G Snoop Dogg, motherfucker. Any other games on today? What's Monday Night Football? Who's on Monday Night Football? Let me check. Monday Night Football. This keyboard's so loud. We have got Everton and Crystal Palace. That's set to be an absolute turd game. 0-0. Bare minimum, that. 0-0, bare minimum. That's going to be yeah. So, basically, United, all I'm saying is don't ruin our weekend. And I'm going to go with a 2-1 United win. I think Rasmus Højlund, Casemiro to get a yellow and over 9 corners. That's what I'm going to go with. Get all your score predictions in before I head off. Winning nothing again, just saying. Vonnie Bula obviously supports Man City or something. So you do your 115 charges very shortly, sunshine. Don't worry about that. If you're an Arsenal fan, then, I mean, you can't really say 1-0, can you? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Luton manager Rob Edwards on United saying they've got world-class players in lots of areas. They have World Cup winners and lots of trophies, but we will play our way. I think they're going to make it difficult. I do think they're going to make it difficult. What's the YouTube chat saying? Brighton smashed Sheffield United 5-0. Yeah, Sheffield are done, aren't they? And on that note, anyway, I'm going to go watch the game. Please do leave a like on the video for us if you can and leave your score predictions in. We'll be live after the game with me, Sam and Chivy discussing the 9-0 thrashing of Manchester United, and then the pros and cons will drop tomorrow as well. After the dust has settled around 4, 5 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier on Monday, as usual. So, what I will say to you guys is, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Hopefully Manchester United don't ruin it. And we're all smiling by tonight. We're not too arsed about work because we're just positive with radiance. Yeah, come and join us after the game. Get your thoughts in. Drop us a follow on TikTok. Drop us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Wherever you're at, make sure you drop us a follow. Subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one, yeah?